Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the Valkyrie Biker. Today what I'm going to try and do is put some bars, some crash bars, onto my Harley Davidson 883R, just to give it a bit more safety if I have to lay it down for some reason. So let's get to it. So these are my bars. This came through the post a few days ago. I've not had time to actually install it because of the weather, but as you can see it's a full unit and it's pretty strong. Where it connects is at the top here and at the bottom. Now I've already sourced a couple of bolts for this, and what I've done here, these are 4.8s, and at the bottom of these I have put the bolts on, the nuts on, and a couple of spacers at the top as well, just because the holes are a bit bigger than the bolts themselves. On the bike itself, at the bottom, you can see the hole spacers where the bottom part of the bar will go. These are the top two screws that need to be undone, this one and this one. So the easiest way to get to these two is to remove the horn. And what we have to do here is loosen these three nuts here, and then around the back you see a little screw here. So we need to unloosen that, and this will then pop off, and then we can get to our bolts here. So these three here use a T20. We unscrew that, that and that. So the first screw just pops right off, and that leaves the back on. So on the back side of the horn, we've got a 10mm spanner, and we're just going to undo that. So if you can see, I've just unplugged the horn. I'm just leaving it here for the moment, because what I'm going to do is get to these two screws up here. And the reason we take the horn away is because then we can get our ratchet placed without the horn being in the way. Just loosen that. Okay, it's quite a long bolt, so that should be that's going to go all the way up into here again. That should give us still enough space to put our bar here. So let's do the other one. Right, that's both screws taken out, and as you can see, if I pull my hand away, that will come away nicely, and the holes at the top there give us space now for the crash bar. So this is the crash bar we'll put in, just feeding it through here behind the wires, and I'm going to put this back in place underneath, like that, where it came from, and placing it back underneath like that. Right, so I've put in there loosely the bolts back into this with the frame on top of the housing plate which holds this horn in place. So now I'm just going to make sure the bottom actually lines up before fixing it together and putting the horn back. 13 spanner, and gonna pop it underneath and do these up from here. Right, so these now are in, these top ones are in, and now to put the horn back. Right, so these three screws here, I'll just put them on by hand, just tighten them by hand to make sure they're in place, and then make sure that my horn's lined up as beforehand. And then I'm going to tighten them up again with my T20 socket. And then finally tighten up the bolt at the back with a 10mm spanner. Right, check everything is nice and secure, that all the bolts are in. sure there's no play at all, nice and rigid. Job's done. There we go. The Harley has now got the crash bars on it, and they don't look too bad at all. I will link you to his shop where you guys can find parts for your Harleys also. Well, I hope that really helped you guys out, you new bikers out there who's never done anything like this at all to your Harley Davidsons or any other bike for that matter. It's a really simple thing to do, so newbies and veterans alike obviously can do this. Just have to make sure you remember where things go, where you got them from. So I always put them into an order of how I take my nuts and screws out and bolts out, and make sure that obviously you got the tools before you go ahead. In the description below I've got my tea set which I've used. I'll give you a link to an affiliate Amazon, and I appreciate it if you want to go and grab it from Amazon. Please use the link as it helps me out and helps the channel out. Right, let's go and try this baby out on the before the weather decides to close in again. Ride safe, ride free, and I'll see you the next time. Bye bye for now.